Hey guys, special reaction today. Scrolling through the news today, and NBC News has an article that I think I need to react to. I mean, is NBC News a trusted mainstream news source? Yes, it absolutely is. So, you know, probably you know right now that we have a rover up on Mars. And everybody's been talking about, hey, we've had other rovers on Mars, but this is the most advanced rover we've had there. And it's drilling into the surface and it's trying to get some more information. And they're going, hey, I wonder what happened to the water that was on Mars. And they all have these theories about what happened to the water. We don't know if there was actual water, like H2O water. It could have been something else, but it appears that there probably was some sort of water on Mars. We're not 100% sure, okay? Because it's got all kinds of canyons and stuff, whatever. But NBC News comes out with this article. How did the Earth get its water? Wow! Now that is interesting. I'm completely interested in that. Scientists think they've solved the long-standing mystery. I can't wait. You guys ready to hear how the Earth got its water? Are you ready for this? We're going to read this article. Now, it is kind of long. It'll probably bore you guys. But I'm going to react. I'm going to read it and I'm going to react while we're going through. Okay? Water covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. But where all the life-giving liquid came from and when it arrived has long been a mystery. Now there's new research suggesting that our planet got its water more than 4 billion years ago when a celestial object about the size of Mars collided with Earth to form the moon. Isn't that incredible? It's incredible. For the first few million years of its existence, the solar system was split between a dry inner region and a wet outer region beyond the asteroid belt that lies between Mars and Jupiter. The outer region contained water-bearing asteroids of various sizes, but the strong gravitational pull of Jupiter kept those watery space rocks from near Earth and other planets in the inner solar system. Scientists knew that one or more of those water-bearing asteroids must have come our way at some point, but they couldn't explain how or when. The scientists knew, they know this, that some asteroid from the inner solar system must have come towards Earth at some point, but they can't explain how or when. Okay. To solve the mystery, researchers in Germany looked for traces of the metallic element molybdenum. The seven terrestrial rocks and 39 meteorite samples. I guess they found some meteorites and they have some element in there, okay, that they found. By checking the minerals for different chemical variants or isotopes of molybdenum, the scientists had a fingerprint for differentiating material from the inner and outer solar system, said Christoph Burckhardt, a geochemist at the University of Munster and one of the authors of the new study. Examining these fingerprints showed that some of Earth's molybdenum came from the outer solar system. Using computer models to simulate various scenarios, Burckhardt and his colleagues were able to narrow down the timing and when this material from the outer solar system was delivered to Earth. Wow. They actually narrowed down when this molybdenum came to Earth. They narrowed it down. Pretty fantastic, huh? They found that the timing likely coincided with the cosmic smash-up that created the moon. Scientists generally agree that the moon formed from debris left over when the Mars-sized object, known as Theia, slammed into Earth about 4.4 billion years ago. When we looked at all the different possibilities, Earth must have acquired this outer solar system material relatively late in its formation, and the giant impactor that produced the moon had the signature of this water-rich material from the outer solar system, Burckhardt said. But not everyone is convinced that Theia came from the outer solar system, or that its collision with Earth explains the origin of water on the planet. Oh, really? Stephen Moses, a University of Colorado geologist who was not involved with the new research, praised Burckhardt and his colleagues for their beautiful analytical work. But he said he was skeptical of the conclusions. It's extremely difficult to move an object that large from the outer solar system to the inner solar system, he said. For an object that size, of Theia, you would have to greatly perturb the orbit. Some kind of push, so the gravity takes over and you accelerate towards the sun, and it's unclear how that would happen. Moses' own research suggests that Theia originated much closer to home in the inner solar system. It had a composition not dissimilar to Earth's composition, he said. Most of us working this problem consider Theia to be the leftovers of a planet formation that was in the neighborhood of Earth. One previously prominent theory held by Earth water came from comets. Oh. But Moses said that had been ruled out because the chemical fingerprint of most known comets, notably the form of hydrogen they contain, doesn't match what is found in Earth's oceans. So Stephen Desch, a professor of astrophysics at Arizona State University in Tempe, who wasn't involved with the new study, said it's possible that Earth had water long before the moon forming impact, likely in the form of clays that released water when heated by the collision. By the time of the impact with Theia, Desch said, Earth probably had almost all the water it was going to have. The end. Okay, guys. I know that was very boring. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start right here. You see this right here? See that? This is about the size of your brain. The brain. Okay? Everything in this brain rules us. Okay? We have figured out the entire universe in this. Okay? What I'm trying to tell you, this is my opinion. Man, do not put your faith in man. Do not put your faith in mankind. They are pitiful. Mankind is pitiful. Okay? This story is utterly ridiculous. They are literally speculating that some gigantic piece of material, asteroid, star, whatever. Well, we'll just start with Theia. A giant planet size of Mars slammed into Earth, and a chunk of it broke off, and it's the moon. I mean, let's just go there. That is ridiculous coming from this. Okay? You can run all the numbers you want, but let me tell you, you have to have a lot of faith in that belief. Okay? Then, from there, some asteroids carrying water H2O somehow got over, slammed into the earth, and dumped water onto the earth. Okay? Ugh. But they have a little bit of a disagreement because one guy says, well, how would certain things get, you got to get a trajectory, it's got to be pushed somehow to get heading towards the sun. Then it's just got to accidentally. Do you know the odds of, space is so huge. We're not talking about space like this. We're talking about space like this, okay? It's like a gigantic box. And you have this little tiny dot called Earth. And somehow some things go flying towards Earth. And they just have to, do you understand that we're not getting hit every day by large planets right now? Do you know how you can read in the news all the time about some comet flying by or some asteroid flying by, and they're like, hey, it got really close. It got 300,000 miles or 300 million miles from us or whatever. That's close, okay? It's because, I can't even think of an analogy. You would have to throw a baseball, okay, and hit a basketball 10 miles away. Are you going to hit it? If you are a millimeter, or just a fraction off, the trajectory was passed by. Because the farther it goes, the farther the space is. It's all physics, guys. I don't even know how to explain it. But what I can explain is that this article is told to us like it is fact. Like it's absolute fact that this is how we got water on our Earth. This is so much nonsense coming from this, trying to explain our origins. It takes more faith in believing this than it would ever take to believe in maybe a creator, somebody who might have created the earth. This takes way more faith. To believe this is so astronomical. It would be like playing the lottery with 1 in a million infinity odds and winning. It literally has to line up that way. Okay? Everything has to perfectly hit perfect. And you can buy 100 billion trillion lottery tickets and you win with this article. Okay? But they're treating it like it's fact. Believing in a creator would be a lot less of a stretch with the odds. Because guess what? I see creation every day. I create things myself. I can make things out of wood. I can make things out of whatever. And I go, look, I created this, right? Someone created this. This is amazing. This did not. Somebody just didn't take this, a bunch of wires and stuff, throw it in the air, and it came down like this, right? It's impossible. The odds are unbelievably impossible. But I can believe that somebody made this and put the wires together. That's a lot easier for me to believe. So, this reaction is basically reacting trying to let you know my belief in not putting your faith in mankind. Mankind has a lot of errors in their thinking and judgment and stuff. We know this. Okay, there's been wars and death and destruction. We are fallible, man. We make mistakes. And if this story comes out and it tries to convince you that this is how water got on Earth, you guys, you better be careful with everything you read. Everything. From politics to religion to everything that mankind produces. Do not listen to it and take it as fact. We have our own brains, guys. And we can think logically through some of this. Anyway, that's my reaction to this. I know it was long. Peace.